everyone, right now I'm going to be showing you guys the long-awaited Kraken team that has been discussed. You guys have been asking me about what skill military can really do, and I want to say hi, Scotty.
Hey, everybody.
This is Scotty Mac from Baby Yoda, or Grogu as he's now called, but we'll talk about that later. But so the idea behind this is he's made some of the investments that we've wanted to see in their full potential. And so what he's done is gone ahead and record some of these battles versus these teams here. So we're going to showcase, we're going to start off with the Merc counter, because everybody wanted to know when this team came out, do they beat Merc? So by the way, you can see the power on his team. We're going to go back. We're going to showcase the T4s, ISO selection, why he made some choices. We'll definitely get to that at the end over here. So we're going to showcase the Mercs first here. And so just really quickly, Scotty, tell me a little bit about what happened here. So you were punching down a little bit?
I was punching down like 100K.
Like 100K?
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I was just like, I didn't really feel good about the Mercs matchup in general for a lot of reasons. But why I took this matchup is I was really curious about the speed, right? And who goes first and when. And you'll notice, So you'll notice right here, before we even went.
Oh, that's bad.
Right? So pause here.
That's bad.
Like, here's the thing. So there's 4 Mercs on the team because there's no Killmonger, right? But Shuri's still there. So even with 4 Mercenaries, despite speed up, Taskmaster still goes first.
And more importantly,
he blinded Punisher.
So was there a resist on that? Because it looks like that it was only 2, and so he doesn't have the ult done. So that could have gone even worse.
Yeah.
So there's a 50% chance if you're fighting Mercs that this you blind Punisher, and that's pretty much Das Vidania for you, right?
Correct. 100%.
Let's see the outcome. Let's see the outcome here.
What I do here is I actually disrupt Riot Guard, which is incorrect, right?
Yeah.
I think there you want to disrupt Taskmaster if this is what you're doing.
Yeah.
And then, but you can see, like, I just kill everything so fast. Like, everything just dies. Like, Punisher is now free from blind. He uses his ult and deletes 2 characters, right? I use Killmonger to smash again, right? But like, Taskmaster gets another ult because Shuri's feeding him energy, blinds over half my team again, but it still doesn't matter because Taskmaster's dead, and now what? Right? So the only reason I win this fight is because of the 100K punch down.
Yeah. That's a 100K punch down. That's kind of a big deal right there. So so you don't recommend that because you feel like you've already seen enough in action that you feel like it's not reliable enough?
Yeah. It's quite another thing, by the way, if you have an opportunity or window to go first.
Yeah.
Because I think there's a window where you can do some real damage into Taskmaster, and then he probably dies to Killmonger's retaliate at that point.
Got it.
But without you going first, it's no good. And
so so the problem is half your team's blind if they have the T4 and the again for some people though it might be an option if they built this team up for an event or something and they want to use it and they're down to the scraps of their roster. It might be worth a try, but I think even then, the 50% chance that you get Punisher blind, it's really hard. It's really hard to recover from, and the only reason
he's gonna be the highest damage too, right? So he's always just gonna be a magnet for crap whenever somebody has the capacity to fire or do something outside of taunt. So I'm not a fan. So
now we're looking at your wave 1. So we're seeing a lot more wave 1 on defense, and especially with Thor. And so I'm gonna hit play on this. Why don't you walk me through what happened here and why you did what you did?
Sure. And again, this is like super early footage, so I can't even I do not play this matchup optimally. Like I for sure does not go as smoothly as it can. After doing this and watching it back, I then coached my team on how to do it properly, and we had like ridiculous wins since then. So the answer, so you notice, so pause here for a sec. So you'll notice here what happens is that like we go first.
Yeah.
Before anyone, right? Which is super important because even Widow is still parked on her butt, not doing anything.
Big deal.
So it gives us this super neat window to disrupt Hulk and then choose a target and eliminate it.
And so your recommendation for elimination of target is?
Well, let's watch the video now.
Okay. All right. Let's take a look. Is this your recommended video or you've changed it since?
Oh, I've changed it since, but you're going to see why, which is beautiful.
Okay.
So here I decided to go in against Thor because I'm like, well, I do a lot of attacks. I don't want Thor like completely killing me. So Hulk taunts through the disrupt. It doesn't actually matter. So here I've got, well, I can purge some buffs. Let's clean this up a little bit. So we'll take care of those guys. Okay, cool. So now I got Punisher ult, and I'm like, yeah, this looks really good. We could probably take him out with this. We're gonna triple tap here. So let's just do it. Yeah, let's take Thor out. He's a problem. So we'll do it. So he goes in, and I slow it down because I want to see the damage. So it's 129 off the first hit.
Yeah.
And look at those figures.
It's pretty.
Like those are just ridiculous figures, right?
So
triggers Hulk, and he does Hulk things, right?
Yeah, constantly.
And then this is where things go wrong.
Oh, I see who you're gonna go after. Okay,
so I got super lucky there.
Yeah. So,
now the problem is now I'm gated behind taunts, right?
Yeah, you've got two.
And I don't have a disrupt that's going to stop this.
At this point, did you have the Merc cleanse?
Absolutely. What just happened? Both of my DPS carries just got blinded?
Yeah.
That's not good.
Okay, so this was an early misplay. Let's learn from Scotty's mistakes here.
So if we remember, why did we potentially believe that the Merc matchup is a bad matchup?
Because there's no cleanse.
And they put what on us?
Blind. So the same scenario.
Right.
Kill Black Widow.
It's not even Widow.
I mean, sorry, Hawkeye. I'm sorry, I meant Hawkeye.
It's Hawkeye. Absolutely. Yeah. Hawkeye needs to die first. 100%.
And you're gonna also be able to steal a death proof for the team too.
Correct. So I end up I do pull this out, and the reason that I pull this out is because
you can clear the taunt right here.
This skill military team does such a good job of just he's blind, right? But he does steal the DF for the team, which is nice. But what I really like about this team is it does a good job against fair.
So this is important to talk about. So what just happened there?
So if you go back, Punisher actually did steal the D up from.
So even though he's blind, he still stole the D up for the team.
Yeah, I'm very sure that happened. Well, did we hit D up going in?
Yeah, you did, but it just looked like it triggered retribution. You saw it,
so obviously it.
It was definitely another D up stolen there. So even blinded, he was able to grab those. Yep.
Yeah, which is super important. Now, this is why I like Skirmisher on Soldier.
Yep.
Because he's got this single target, and you often find yourself in this scenario. And this is again why I put another thing why I like Yelena's basic here.
Yeah.
Because if it were her attacking into Cap, with her on Skirmisher, like that clears the taunt and steals the D up. Like it's super good.
Yeah, it really is. And so I noticed you had the T4 here. So on the base,
so here I have no choice. Like I've got to attack into him, right?
Yep.
But she didn't have stealth, so because Hawkeye cleared it, so that's why she didn't steal anything. And here I know I'm going to get countered if I try to use the ult, but so I instead opt to try to get Cap down, even though I'm blinded. I'm like, why waste it all?
Yeah.
And again, more turn meter nonsense.
Yeah, if this is a bigger Hulk, this little puny Hulk would have been a bigger problem here. So you learn from this matchup, and you're saying kill Hawkeye. Then what's your next focus target?
So based on the turn order, the way it pans out is you actually have a window here after Hawkeye dies.
Yeah. Because then you can control. Then everything's back up.
Yeah, and you can actually then also like AB. You can use Red Guardian turn 2 on his turn to actually ability block Cap.
All right, there's that, and there's that dispel, which is huge that went through there. All right, that's another awesome footage for us there. Thank you very much for that. And so now we're going to talk about the one that you really want to showcase here, and we're going to talk about the matchup.
Oh, can we talk about the S6 matchup? Because can we show the S6 one? Is that one you can show?
Yeah, I can show that one. Let me grab that real quick. Hold on.
Because what's really interesting about this, and this is not footage that I captured, okay? But I found this, and I was talking to a guy in general about it, and this was his footage. But let me tell you how impressed I was with this hit. If you take a look at his teams real quick, if you can. Oh my lord! So his team is actually only like 440 buffed.
440. So he's punching into 116k healer. I can't see it on there.
Yeah.
Because the screen.
I can tell you exactly how big the team is because I did take that picture. It is here. So his team is 388.7.
Okay.
In blitz. Okay, so it's like 440 in war or whatever.
Yeah, on war offense.
Punisher is gear 14 and he is 5-star.
Okay.
So you'll notice the first thing he does here is Lance Disrupt on Doc, right?
Perfect.
And then he's going to go in and attack a bunch of times on Doc. Okay. And then, is this you pausing? Yeah. Okay. And then he counterattacks because that's what Killmonger does.
Oh, and then
we
erases him.
Yeah. And the ISO attack comes in for the cleanup and done. At this point in time, this fight is a cakewalk. You kill Electro next, you kill Swarm next, it's GG. Like that's it. His Red Guardian is like 58k, 3 red stars.
Yeah.
Like not strong. Clears deflex, nuke you.
So to be clear, this didn't start with a Mysterio, right? So we don't think the Mysterio would have changed this fight much.
I mean, truthfully, Vulture's almost as obnoxious.
Yeah, I mean, Vulture does have potential to be obnoxious, but the Vulture Rhino combo. All right. Yeah. Okay. Definitely.
I just think it's super impressive, and I think that there's a lesson to be learned here, right? And the lesson is that what this team does is they specifically, Yelena is able to like clear through whatever potential taunt target you have.
Yep.
With their turn 1 disrupt, and then you slaughter your priority target that's going to cause you grief.
Yeah.
Through the combination of everyone else.
Good video. Just tell them thank you. I hope we. That's awesome. Really cool stuff. So this right here is a punch across with the.
Look at those gears. Look at those gears.
Yeah, that's a big Sinister. Yeah, that's a pretty.
And Sabretooth.
Yeah, this is yeah, okay. And you got D down. And you got D down, but I mean that won't matter. They're fast, right? we'll have to see. All right. So walk us through. Now, is this when you really started locking in your choices for your ISOs? Because we're gonna go over those at the end here.
Yeah, and actually this footage. So I used to have Merc Soldier as striker, and I had him as striker going into. This was the second attempt at Amara. The first time I tried it was 120k punch up, and I almost had it, but I missed on one key item here. So, but again, so this is all about like slaughtering the primary target, right?
Yeah.
So the first thing you have to do, obviously, is disrupt Strife.
Okay.
And so you're going to use that, and she's going to steal something from him.
So, is there anything that you like prefer here? Is it like if you feel like you got lucky if you got defense up, and then it's better, or do you feel like it doesn't matter?
I mean, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I got a deflect there. I didn't get D up.
Yep.
But I stole it from her. Oh, okay. I didn't even steal it from her. I stole another deflect. Yeah.
Here we go.
So then we're going to clear some stuff.
And
so here's Emma. 205.
What the?
173.
Wow! Holy moly!
184.
What?
Okay.
What?
Okay.
Deleted.
Nice, Emma. Cute. That was cute.
Oh, that's some investment you're not getting back.
Right? Okay, so here we go. Okay, you're gonna steal my Killmonger. Cool. Yep. Okay. Red Guardian's looking pretty beat up, eh?
Yeah, but he just pops that ult, and there it goes. All right, so now...
Yeah, not anymore. Oh, wait, and that attacks the Killmonger. Okay, cool. So here's where I have an option, right?
Yes.
I could use that, but I'm trying to measure the distance here. And I have a feeling that there's not actually a chain in between Killmonger and Mystique there. I feel like he's sort of half squatting in the Sabretooth square. So I'm like, nah, I'm not going to waste it. So instead I steal 2 from her, get an assist from someone else, which happens to conveniently put... the delightful vulnerable on Sinister. We get AB there with Killmonger and Red Guardian, which matters not a lot. Watch this.
Here we go. just
and notice that. Look, Strife taunts, but that's okay because he had vulnerable from Yelena because she had
Skirmisher.
She had Skirmisher on her.
Yeah.
And then Merc Soldier just clears it.
So that's why the Skirmisher combo is. So if you do get that off taunt, we were talking about that. So you don't even need his special. It's you're using the ISOs for the clear.
Yeah, and it was super helpful in that regard.
All right, and then you just go right in there, and then
so here I decide Sinister is not worth staying alive. I was actually measuring turn meters there when I was waffling between them. But now, like with no Sinister, Strife doesn't really do anything because he's already ulted. We got a bunch of deflects here and a bunch of people. Well, we'll just clear that off.
Yeah, and it's game over. I mean, at this point, the teams just going, wait, we're the carries. We're left over. This isn't going.
Now we're gonna attack. We're gonna deal damage. We're gonna get D up. Oh, there's another attack from Killmonger.
Yeah, it's just.
I can do this now. There's no counterattacks. Oh, this is cute. Good. Okay.
Yeah, nothing to worry about.
Yeah, it's very and again taunt, but that's fine. Vulnerable, steal some deflects. It's gonna make whatever attacks they have left, and then Punisher ISO attacks are just. I mean, he lives up to his name.
So finally, Punisher is actually punishing. All right, so that is estimated. So do you think this can punch up if people invest in it, or just you think it's just a realm of Krakens and probably not worth it at that point?
So this is 100% a Kraken team.
Yeah, because of the
It is 100% a Kraken team.
So let's talk T4s. So you said there are how many T4s in your recommended setup? And you
okay, so Yolanda, you need 2. You need your special and her ult.
let's go over let's go over the ISO while we're here, okay?
You want to do ISO first?
We'll do it at the same time. We'll do the T4 and then the ISO. So and then explain the choices so we can look at each character.
Okay. So the special is like probably the number 2 you need for her. The getting the disrupted for 2 turns, and gaining additional stealth is like really the bread and butter.
I'm in the way of that. I'll move real quick for you.
Thanks. But yeah, so those are really what you want, right? You need that 2-turn disrupted.
Yeah.
And gaining additional stealth is really good because her having stealth or anybody having stealth really enables other parts of her kit, most notably her passive and this. Right. So when she or any ally has stealth, transfer 2 positive effects. I have the T4 in it because it's great.
Yeah, but
it's not necessary.
It's great because also you have red stars on her, so she's doing damage where she's more a bit of a control element for that go. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. So here's the other one that's kind of necessary in my opinion, and for 2 reasons, right? Number 1 is so the stealth was important from the previous one because she gets offense up when she gains stealth. And when she has stealth, gain a bunch of crit damage, lower crit chance for all enemies by 25%, lower the chance to assist. And really what you're looking for here on this T4 is an additional 50% crit damage, as well as lowering the crit chance from everyone else. And I think those are like really important to help with the mitigation that the team needs if you're not fighting into D-up teams.
Perfect.
As far as her ISOs go, I've obviously tried both. Raider and Skirmisher. I'm only level 3, so I'm kind of missing this additional 5% crit chance,
and the crit damage, which is substantial.
Right, so that would probably be really good. And if you had super high red stars and gear 15 like I do, I may end up here. But there's just so much utility in the Skirmisher capacity to clearing additional positive effects.
And we saw that really in a couple of the fights where you were doing the clear. So that definitely was something that's a good recommendation. So if you guys notice on the tier list, we did call that out. All right, so let's move.
And then the 50% focus is obviously a huge bonus too.
But yeah, especially when we're talking about being able to land some effects against some bigger characters.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, Merc Soldier. So the necessary T4 there is his passive for sure. You're going to get the 30% damage and 20% max health for all of your allies in war. This is an astronomical amount. I can't tell you how much more 30% damage is.
Well, we saw it. 180k striker attack to the face on Emma Frost should have been enough for us to decide that this is probably a pretty powerful ability. All right, so Skirmisher on him as well. Let's move on to the next character.
Okay. And then you've got Punisher. This one fully loaded. We saw how good that was.
Wait.
Right?
Hold on a second. You didn't even have that was a striker level 3 attack.
Yeah.
Okay. That's game changing. All right. That's a lot more damage coming to the face when you bring him up there. But wow. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That's a lot.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All of my ISOs are 3s because. I'm only a dolphin. I'm not a whale. So fully loaded is super important. Super important.
Yeah, I think this is probably number 3 on probably the list of ones to upgrade to make them be able to potentially punch up. And it's really hard to say because you're looking at if you're going to take them into Marauders, you're looking at a max invest team. A lot of people invested a ton into that. So that's the reason why. All right. Next one.
Yeah. And then the other one, the grenade launcher, we saw that it's really good. And again, we talked about this a little bit too, where, because the transfer is ahead of the attack, it does this and that. It's not this and then that.
So the idea, what he's saying is even if he's blind, he is still going to grab the buff, which is important. That means that especially things like defense up, you can trigger Killmonger, who may not be blind in certain scenarios, or grab a death proof off of a target so that you can build it up the team. So there's always something they can do because it separates the ability from it. So
yeah. Now, this is not necessary at all. Most people already have this. If you've been playing the game long enough, you probably have the T4 and Punisher's assist machine here. It does put in work here.
Okay.
But it's not a necessary T4.
All right.
Killmonger, I think we saw the value of retribution, right? We saw how often was this going off.
So the idea behind that is as you're stealing defense up, you're pinging the lowest health target, and more importantly, if you are punching up against a team like the Marauders, you're probably going to be going into a fight extension. What that means is you're going to go beyond the first ult and specials that you have on turn 1 and turn 2. So as you extend the fight, you may want to be able to use the basic on Red Guardian to pop D up, and so the retribution is going to be doing all that damage.
Yeah, and then we also saw how important this is, right? The stealing, because he goes really early with the speed up. So he's going to crit probably a lot. Obviously, I have Raider on him for that reason, right? His entire kit is crit based, so why would you not have Raider on him? It's the only option. So you gain offense up and charge, and it's super good. And then, so those two are like super important. The rest of them are good. Like I like Focus Fire. It's probably better than his ult.
All right, so let's get to Red Guardian, and then we're gonna follow up on the last words on this team.
Perfect. So here he's like snap healer. There's some people that say Fortifier is better, but I mean, to me, I look at it this way: Red Guardian is a selfish tank. Everything that he does really is sort of like to help himself. He doesn't take that many turns, so you're not getting that much value out of Fortifier. Yeah. But if he can pitch off an extra little, heal or regen to someone else, then that's value. So for me, it's healer.
Yeah.
The number one here, is this.
And I think that's probably the best one on the team too.
This is absolutely like the first T4 you put into this team.
Yeah, so big deal.
Yeah. The D up and speed up off the hop is huge. Not only that, but his HP gains
it's
are
huge.
not war related. Yep. They are not war related. As well as if he's got a full team, he's still getting focus.
Yep, perfect. All right, next one.
Okay. The other one I like second is Iron Curtain.
Yeah.
And I did it for the clear 2 negative effects. We saw the value of that in the footage. But the additional 5% healing is actually quite a bit.
Any percentage heal on a T4 is something worth looking at. Like where flat healing used to have a big effect before G9, right? Then after that, it started having diminishing value. So we'll move on to that. All right. So we got the ISOs, we got the T4s. So Scotty, this is the realm of the Krakens. Have you had an opportunity to test them in any punch ups?
So I mean, I have been doing some really neat punch ups with them in RTA, which is really neat for me.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was super close to pulling 120k punch up against Marauders. I just couldn't quite get there on the initial salvo, and I think I was about 20% HP off from slaying my initial target. Had I done that, I don't think there's even a question I beat that fight.
All right. So awesome. I'll probably say, man, thank you for showing us this. Thank you for doing things so I don't have to, because I couldn't. I got really bad red stars on Red Guardian. But love you much. Guys, that's the Skill Military team. Some recommendations. Hopefully it clears up what they can beat, what to look for, turn order, all that stuff for you. If you guys have questions, leave them in the comments. I'll introduce you guys to Scotty. He'll help answer some of those for us, and we may showcase this later on as we uncover potentially more teams that they might beat going forward. Love you much.